People don't want the quarter-inch drill, they want the quarter-inch hole. In other words, people are trying to buy products and services to get a job done because they're trying to get those jobs done better and or more cheaply. Now, this seems pretty simplistic, but this thinking sets the stage for a framework around which it becomes possible to figure out what strategies a company should pursue in order to win in a given market. So when we start thinking about this, of course, people get a job done better and or more cheaply. So that limits our options as innovators. We can either help them get the job done better, more cheaply, better, more cheaply, and some other variations of this. So let's cover that first. I like putting this in a matrix to help simplify this. We can, of course, help customers get the job done better and charge them more. That is one option. Another option is to get the job done better and charge them less. A third option is to get the job done worse, but charge less. And a fourth option is to get the job done worse and charge more. Now you'd say that would never happen, but it certainly does. If you've ever tried to purchase Wi-Fi on an airplane, you'll know where that strategy can come into play. But let's take it to the next question then. So what we've learned is that these strategies only work in certain situations. And the reason is they only appeal to certain kinds of customers. So the question here is, when does each strategy win? So let's look at that first one. If we're going to get the job done better and charge more, then there has to be a group of people out there that are underserved and willing to pay more to get the job done better. Okay. If a segment of population does not exist, then you can't create, or you could, but you'd fail at creating a solution that got the job done better and trying to charge more. Over here, if you want to create a solution that gets the job done better and charge less, that wins over everybody. The underserved customer is getting the job done better. The overserved customer is getting the job done cheaper. Even non-consumers, if it's cheap enough, will enter the market for a product that's performing well at a low price. If we're going to get the job done worse and charge less, then we're going to win overserved customers or underserved non-consumers. So the people that aren't in the market yet that would like to be, but they can't afford to be in there. Those are the non-consumers. And the last option, when does this work? Well, when we're winning customers that have limited options, like Wi-Fi in the airplane. So let's take this to the next level. So how can we define, how is each strategy best defined? So we're going to use some terminology here that's been around for years. The first we're going to call the differentiated strategy, getting the job done better and cheaper. Better, but charging more, and you'll win underserved customers that are willing to pay more to get the job done better. The second strategy over here on the right, we're going to call a dominant strategy. And we call it dominant because it always wins. You're winning over underserved customers, overserved customers, non-consumers. And the bottom right, we're going to call this a disruptive strategy. This comes right out of the late Clay Christensen's thinking, where we're getting the job done worse, but charging less. And final strategy here, we're going to call it a discrete strategy. But you'll notice in the headline, we're saying there's 5 strategies for growth. So what is the 5th one? Well, that is the one that sits right in the middle. And a sustaining strategy is also possible. And this typically comes into play when customers are well satisfied with the performance and the price of the product. And you can make incremental improvements and maybe get the job done a little bit better or maybe a little more cheaply, but it's really hard to move strongly in any of the other directions.